Rangs, what are you saying?
I'm gonna bust up scenarios, bro.
What?
Bro,
The music
I love
scenarios.
scenarios,
Yeah,
bro.
I've got scenarios related to music, but this one is like it's just like a side thing. But I was gonna talk about like, well,
Hey, now change the mood.
Dwayne,
Change the mood.
yeah, Dwayne, you actually brought that one up, man. About obviously the playlist of when the girl comes over, isn't it? What's the
man.
go-to tune? What's the
What's
go-to tune?
go-to tunes? When the sweet one is coming through, what's the go-to tune? You're like, yeah, man, she gonna feel this. Like, what's that? And I'm not going first.
Yeah.
I came up with this. So yeah, Chris, the floor is yours.
Alright, you know what? Yeah, I could be digging myself the biggest hole here. Yeah, I just let Spotify playlists take control. You get me? I don't need to delve into that. That's occupied. You get me? Just put on a little, you get me, love making playlist or something like that. Slap that on Spotify.
I hear that.
Man gets to doing what I do best. You know what I'm saying?
I said love
Man said
making
what I do.
playlist.
Man said
what I do
Man
best.
said what I do best.
You
I
work,
didn't
big man. You work.
Man said
said what I do
Unreal
best.
2003, bruv. Man said what I do best, bruv.
Yeah, but what's the go-to song? What's track number one, man? What track are you looking for?
I can pull up the playlist right now and show you. I can tell you.
Can't lie, yeah.
No problem. I'm efficient. I'm about efficiency. You get me? But you lot could, yeah. I'm sure you lot have your songs.
I'm probably going.
What?
I'm probably going. Chris Brown, Take You Down. That's just that's the one.
Say, that just-
That's a
the
staple.
one.
That is a staple, man. That's a staple one, you know. I'm not
I
gonna
don't
lie to
care
you.
what anyone says. That's just the one where it's like, you know what? Let's get it going.
Ladies, you gotta put in the comments whether or not you're feeling them tunes, you know.
I am big.
If man puts on them tunes, is he getting the pups? Yeah, we want to know.
Like,
I say, you want to know if it's authentic. It's an authentic
Yeah,
tune.
What, Daniel and Tev, you lot not putting music, or you lot going straight raw?
Fam, you can't put raw with no music. That's not the same. It's not the same thing.
Hey, man,
You can't use that term, bro.
Man, this is the white flag, bro.
All I'm
the
saying,
white
bro, you
flag,
can't say
right?
that, yeah. Because
Oh, well,
if this gets cut, yeah, and all they cut is, hey, do you go raw, no music, but without the music part, it's gonna sound like a whole different conversation, bro. You can't just throw that out there.
yeah,
bro.
for real. The editing has to be a point, otherwise it could be peak.
Well,
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Gotta let the springs in the mattress create the atmosphere, fam.
T said, create your own soundtrack.
Yeah, try to create your own soundtrack. Don't worry. But you know what,
As long as
man?
you
I'll be
make
honest with
beating to drill, I don't care, bro.
That's a fact.
Baby danger back
I don't think, for me, music, I don't think about. I don't think about
Yeah,
music like that.
there's
though.
yourself that bang for that, you know.
Yeah.
That's what the streets are saying.
Right, Dad, you're gonna get in the group chat, bro. You know that nigga Dad, yeah? Came into his house, man, didn't even play music, you know?
Bro, but I don't think.
No crickets.
I don't know. That's a bit. I don't feel like,
we're
bro.
just there breathing in each other's ears, bro.
In it.
Nah, I won't be on, but I won't be like, yo, let me put on the music and set the mood.
Trust.
Fam, what's
That's
this
one thing I
like?
Hey, no, you
definitely
ain't gonna say
What do you think
that,
this is,
bro. What
bro?
is that, bro? You know you're not gonna say that, bro.
In it.
Nah,
That's
man,
how certain
you know, honestly,
on Twitter.
I'm a mixture of Dan and Chris's answer. Like, one, I don't have
Yeah, for real.
particular plays for my own songs, but I'm not trying to. I'm just putting on something in the background, so you could just. So you know what I mean. So it's not just us
That's
breathing
it.
in here, fam.
I'm exactly the same. I'm exactly the same, bro. Ain't gonna be silence, but I ain't gonna be like, you know what? I need to play "Take You Down" to make this.
Trust.
Rah, man's getting up to me.
Rah.
Man's getting up to me.
That was the only tune that was said, though. That was the only tune that was said,
Nah,
bro.
man was just trying to answer Rangi's question. You get me? No one wanted to answer.
Hey, I'm not hating on you. Hey, bro, each their own, fam.
That put on that Freddie Gibbs, bro. You know? Hey, babe, check this bar out. This bar's mad still.
Rangi,
That's his favorite Freddie Gibbs.
Rangi, you're a bad guy. Rangi, you're a bad
Nah, he's right, though. He's right.
Oh, that's funny.
Right.
I like that album.
Straight away. Hey, what, you heard this new Freddie Gibbs, bro?
That's his Freddie Gibbs.
guy.
Wait till you hear that second verse, though.
Yeah, hey, I'm hot, fam. Yeah, it's
Alright,
true,
no,
though.
that's funny still.
Might have to be I got a couple Usher tracks there. That always has the thing. That wavy ATO song. Woo! Hey, don't let me get in my bag because I'll be here for. You know R&B is my thing. Man will be here for ages, bro.
Get me sweet boy Dwain.
It's definitely an
Come on,
R&B
man.
playlist.
You R&B.
This is the other question, brother. You play this music for the girl or for you, fam? Like,
That's what I was thinking.
Both, nigga. Both.
What me, man? What the hell? What the hell?
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. I'm talking about both.
Man plays them things to beat his meat, cuz. Don't let him fool you, bro.
Oh, what? Bro. Hey, Chris, you don't need to know about them habits.
What
there,
did you
bro.
say?
Hey, white flag. White flag.
what did you say, nigga?
Surrender.
For
You're a
real.
star, bro. You have me.
Bruv, that looks like a crusty tissue, bro. What do you mean, sir?
Yeah,
Like,
what's going on over there, bro?
I used to wear flag. Now this is a t-shirt. Hey, don't make them allegations about me. I want to do that on you. Come on, bro. We have a brand.
Allegedly.
No,
Allegedly.
we don't. Now we have a brand to uphold, okay?
Yeah.
Wait, Chris, who did you say? Chris, who were you saying has a bashing playlist, bro?
It has to be Dwain, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The music is for him, innit?
Nah, man, I just like R&B. That's it, man. Like that's
Word.
plain and simple.
That's
It
my.
fits
I've
the
never
mood.
listened to R&B again, fam.
Yeah,
That's jokes, bro.
Nah, that is
Well, even-
funny.
Speaking about music, though, well, obviously, you know, we're talking about lists of what we've done, obviously what you've liked through this whole year. Has everybody come up with a list about who they've liked, or what projects they've liked for this for 2020 lockdown period and that.
bro. But after the previous comments, I don't even want to say it now.
Nah, say
Hey,
it, say it.
hey, what, yeah?
Say it.
No, what,
That's
yeah?
That's got
cancelled,
bet.
yeah?
That's got bet.
That's
Hey, Rangi, 10 out of
I
10.
don't even
10
wanna
out of
say
10
it,
for that
bro.
segue, fam. That segue was elite. Elite.
That's funny stuff. Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
let you
got
lot
that.
say you lot stop.
Like Griselda, like Freddie Gibbs.
You know, like that's what I don't want to say it.
I feel like we gotta start with you now, bro.
The funny thing is, I'm gonna be right there with you, Dan. That's the ones that make it more
Bro.
funny as well, bro.
What we
Yeah.
say? All right, cool. I even wrote down a 10 in it because I thought you man would say
Yeah,
it.
same.
So,
I didn't write it
I mean,
down.
I don't want to say it, bro. I'll just quickly say it.
Nah,
innit?
you gotta say it now.
Alright,
Live your truth.
one Freddie Gibbs.
Bro.
Alfredo.
numero uno.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my number one. Where is it? Number two, Boldy James and Alchemist. Price of tea in China. I know none of you man listen to that. Don't worry. I know what I know.
Kevin said, who?
Yeah, exactly. Three,
Yeah.
Big Conspiracy. 4, West Side Gun, Pray for Paris.
Big album.
5, J-Lec and Jay-Z, Written Testimony.
Come on.
6, Chef G, One and Only.
Mm.
Nah.
7, Jesse Bad Taste, which is a UK rapper, still it's an EP, but we'll get into that. 8, where's 8? Medhane, Cold Water, and 9, Division, News and Her Feelings, and 10, Brent Fires, Fuck the World.
Oh, you didn't come out this year, innit?
Dan,
That's my
Yeah.
I think I knew 2 of the people you said. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. That's why I didn't want to say it, innit?
No. You said yours. You said yours. That's fine. It's
That's
fine.
what I listen. That's what I've been. Those are the albums I've listened to the most this year, innit? I just went with what have I listened to the most, innit?
Fair enough.
Yeah. That's pretty much how I did mine as well.
Who wants to go out next?
Do you know what? I might go next, yeah, because my list is in direct contrast to Dan's, in the sense that as my man is very into his album listening and he's doing his research, I'm really not that guy in it. So I have a list of five albums that I liked this year. Do you get me? When I say liked, I liked like 50% of the tunes on the album. So for me, that means I like the album. So I put Slam and B, the Breezy Young Tug thing. Insomnia, obviously Skepta, Chip and Young Ads. Don Toliver, Heaven or Hell. I can't lie, the Madden 20 soundtrack, yeah, I bagged for that still. And Meet the Woo 2, Pop Smoke. That's my top one. Those are the 5 albums I've listened to this year.
Damn.
Okay.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. We've got some similar choices on that. I can't lie. We've got definitely some similar
I think
choices.
even.
Yeah, that soundtrack bangs, bro. I'm telling you, that soundtrack is one.
I did.
I don't know about the soundtrack. I don't know what's
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Tevin was backing you on that one.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Sorry,
think
I
that might be
was.
the first time on the time we've talked about albums that we've talked about a game.
I think that's the first time anyone's had a game soundtrack on
For
the
real.
best.
Innit?
Right, listen, I'm struggling to get
life,
I
bro.
have to put something else in there, you get me? So I just went for the soundtrack stuff.
Nah, ratings.
Nah, you know what?
Nah, I think it's similar choices. I had J Huss Big Conspiracy number 1 because multiple wheel ups. Then I had Give You On Take Time. My God, one EP. In number 3, I had Jay-Z and Jay Electronica, Written Testimony. I should have said that the other way around, didn't it? That's disrespectful to Jay Electronica. But yeah, number 4 was Kehlani. It was Good Until It Wasn't. Number 5 is M. Honcholini the First. Boy,
Cool. I missed that one. I forgot that one. I'm trash.
yeah, man. Number 6 was Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist Alfredo. Then 7 was Division, Amusing Her Feelings. 8 was 07 No Shake, her project, which was sick. 9 was West Side Gun. And then 10 was Chloe and Halle, Ungodly Hour. I really like the album.
I thought that was disappointing compared to the last one still, but that's another conversation. Isn't it?
Oh, what? Chloe and Halle's one?
It was alright though. Anyway,
next
person,
I really liked it.
Nah, you know what?
I like that.
I'll be honest. You mentioned a couple. Yeah, there's a couple of albums that have been mentioned a lot of times in here. That speaks volumes of good music. I'll be honest. Yeah. My list, the first one I picked out was Big Conspiracy by J Hus. Banger of an album.
Come on.
Second one was Insomnia, Skepta, Ads and Shit. My other album was Future, High of Life. Controversial because some people thought it was falling off, but I liked it. It grew on me. Other one, A Written Testimony, Jay Electronica. 3:15:20 by Donald Glover or Childish Gambino, whatever.
Yeah!
That album slaps. That album slaps, bro.
I thought that was a letdown still, but couple tunes.
Man, I liked it, man. I like the vibe, man. Quarantine, the Quarantine Files with Young Bane. I thought there was a couple bangers on there. Meet the Woo 2 or Pop Smoke. Yeah, man. I was banging that. I like, man.
Respect.
100%. R.I.P. I did. I said Pop Smoke. I got it wrong. My bad. Jesus.
Damn.
That's it. Sorry, Grammar Police.
Also, I had Don Toliver, Heaven or Hell. I had that on there.
Yes, Tevin. My G.
Good take.
I had Party Mobile by Party Next Door. I liked it.
Fair enough.
Also had Ask My Brother by Ambush, because I've been waiting for this guy to drop a tape. There's been a lot of freestyles and songs and whatever. Finally, you've got the tape.
Very good project, man.
It's good. But yeah, man. And I'll say my last one, technically, it came out on the 27th of December, but I've been playing it all the way out through this year. And it has to be Jack Boys. That's my last album.
You know what? I would have put that on my list, but because of that, it was last year. That's the only reason I didn't put it there.
Yeah, I put it as a special mention because I've been listening throughout this year.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That would have been in my top 3 if it was in this year. I hear you, though, Tim.
Yeah.
Like, it literally just dropped it, and then that's how wavy that tape is.
It just goes back to Wegz lacking jumpy music.
I mean, we're not doing it. I'm not falling about.
You already send him, fam.
Trust. I'm not falling Wegz. What are you saying?
My list. I mean, I feel like I did my last.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wegz did his last.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wegz did it.
I'll go for it quick. I know none of you are gonna agree with half the stuff I did, but it doesn't matter. Number 10, I put Wanna by Gunna. 9, I liked Polarize by H. Dark Lane, Demo Tapes by Drake. Tevin's looking at me like, you like that? Number seven, Ask My Brother by Ambush. Listen, just go watch the last podcast if you want to know my views on that. Number 6, Slime, B, Chris Brown and Young Thug. They had some great songs on that. Yeah, certain people won't admit to some songs.
Certain man.
High of Life, Future.
Oh, you man are sending for me. I just deeped it. I wasn't even listening. But it's fine, keep going.
A Written Testimony by Jay Electronica. And clearly Jay-Z.
Come on.
Heaven and Hell, Don Toliver. Number 3. Number 2, After Hours, The Weeknd. Number 1, Big Conspiracy by J Hus. I think that might be
what an album Big Conspiracy is, man.
I think that's the one album that's touched everyone.
Yeah, it's such a good album.
It wasn't on my list still, I can't lie.
It wasn't on your list.
You don't like Reckless. You don't like Blake.
I said I have to like 50% of the songs. I don't like 50% of the songs on that team.
You got input.
Wait, hold on.
I mean,
I don't know.
Sorry. I mean, we should have known, bro. Man said Madden 20 soundtrack.
Already, that's a disrespect to J Hus.
I gave it more spins than I would because I rate J Hus as an artist. I've always liked J Hus, innit? But like it was a good album.
Wait a minute. On an album that had Big Conspiracy, Play, Cucumber, 50. That's more. Come on, Chris.
Don't
Bro.
worry, Dwain, leave it.
Hey, that's his
He made
opinion.
his list.
I don't think
Exactly.
Wait, do you man think Common Sense was better then?
No.
I think Common Sense had more hits. I think Common Sense had more hits, but as an album, The Conspiracy is better.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, I'm a hits guy, innit? So maybe that makes sense.
Right.
Innit? 'Cause,
Yeah. Rangs, what's your list?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm literally trying to open it, but the dumb thing's not opening. You know when the file's not opening? But I'll have to remix it off the dome then.
The dog is my homework.
Yeah, but no, get my homework.
Yeah, man weren't prepared.
It's not
innit?
opening. No, I've got the thing here. But it's not,
I've
bro.
used them excuses before.
We don't believe you.
No, but anyway, obviously I could just do it off the dome minute. But this ain't gonna be in order. But definitely, Brent Fayez, Fuck the World. I'm just gonna say that first. I liked this one. Obviously, it might not be a general consensus with everybody, but JoJo's album, good to know. Trust me.
I'm bangs for Joe.
Solid R&B.
Hey, fam, trust me. Go and check that one out. Yeah, listen to that one.
I ain't heard her since Leave, Get Out, bro. That tune. Bro.
That's a classic.
Yeah, but she had a whole lot of madness, bro. You gotta check that documentary that she did, but she had a whole lot of madness. But yeah,
Rangi, a fan.
no, I'm a fan of that album. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that's that. The Visions album, I'm Using Her Feelings. Wavy. That is probably my favorite R&B album of this year. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, Big Conspiracy. Did I say that? No, I didn't say that already. Yeah, Big Conspiracy. Alfredo. Thought that was hard. Shout out to Dan on that one. Put me on still.
I'm gonna forever be associated with Freddie Gibbs now.
Yeah.
You put me on that album, bro. That album.
That's who Dan molded his look after, bro.
That was God. That wasn't me. That was God, fam. I had no choice.
Yeah, bro. For real, bro. What was my next one? I like Kiana Layde's album. Strong.
That was
another strong R&B project. West Side Gun, Pray for Paris, wavy album.
Yeah.
I think that's all my top ones. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I got some honourable shout outs. Honourable shout out to 070 Shake. I did like that album as well, Dwain.
Yeah, very good. Very good project.
Yeah, that project was cold.
I got a few honourable ones after as well.
Yeah, Insomnia. Definitely an honourable shout out to that album as well. I think that's about it for me, bro. I think that's about it still. But yeah, man. Sorry. Javon's album, Giveon. I can't even say his name. Giveon. Yeah. His album was
that EP is sensational.
Very, very. I rinsed it, bro. So,
yeah, for real.
Yeah,
sensational.
Yeah. But that's it, man. Dan, what was you gonna say?
No, I tell you, I've got a few that no one said in it. That's why I was going to shout them out. D-Smoke, Black Habits. That was cold. That was a very cold album. What else then? Royce the 5'9's album was good. Merkston Top Tier.
That was a good album.
Was that 2020?
I can't believe Tevin, you didn't big up your tune that you produced.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say Merkston Top Tier. That was a good album.
That completely slipped my mind.
Hey, look at Tevin being humble, bro. Man,
Joe's so mad. I thought that was like December, end of December. I don't know why
this year, bro.
Yeah, man.
That slipped my mind because that tape was actually hard. Now, when I think about it, I actually willed that tape multiple times. I'll be honest. When I was looking through the list, I just typed in 2020 albums and it didn't come up on whatever. What's the Wikipedia list? It didn't come up there. That's why it slipped my mind. But I definitely was.
Bro, that album is a strong album, man.
Very strong album. But it's a shame that everything just shut down now because man couldn't really do the promo run and XYZ for it. Man.
Yeah, for real.
Shame, but anyway.
Yeah. Thundercat, it is what it is as well.
Yeah, that was a solid project as well.
Young T and Bugsy's album weren't bad either. Or did everyone not
I didn't even listen to that, you know.
I didn't listen to that.
It was alright.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that.
It was alright. Yeah. I got a few more, but those are the ones that weren't said.
Did you mention was K-Tronada's album this year as well?
No, but I loved that album last year. But Rangi, I can't lie.
Sick album, though.
That album was sick.
Yeah, in this quarantine, I've been banging that album, the K-Tronada album. So good.
That album was very nice.
I'm not even going to flip that one in there because I quite enjoyed that, but we'll talk about that differently.
Can I get a go DJ?
Yeah. Now that we've actually spoken about all the music we've liked from the first half of the year, does anybody have any projects they're looking forward to in the second half? I'll be honest, my one that I'm definitely looking forward to is Pop Smoke's album. I'm definitely looking forward to that, man.
Same.
I think
I'm thinking that as well.
Yeah, I think it's gonna slap off once it drops, man. And
Saying
50,
that, I haven't listened
50's
to.
done a good job.
Did you listen to the new single? I ain't even listened to that yet. Was it decent?
I heard one leak.
It was okay. Was that the one with what's his name? Rowdy? Was Rowdy Rebel?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I ain't heard that yet.
Man,
I need to listen.
man, he called in, bruv. We heard it from Bin, bruv. His
Oh.
verse was from Bin, bruv. Yeah.
Free Rowdy. Yeah. Nah. Do you know what, man? But yeah, is there any other albums that people are listening to or looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to obviously Kendrick in it. Just with everything that's going on in the world, I know Kendrick is going to come and crack the Matrix again in it. So
you think he's dropping this year?
I think he will drop this year. I think before all of this, I remember he had little promos on on his Insta. He's never on his Insta. So I actually thought something was coming, and then all of this came. So maybe he's pushed it back. But yeah, him and it's the obvious ones in it. Him and Drake in it. They're boring in it.
Nah, Drake's done his bit for the year, man. I don't think he's coming anymore, man.
You know what I mean? So
I don't even want to hear any more from Drake right now.
Drake's dropping.
I heard he was dropping in the summer. I heard he was dropping in the summer still.
If he can't go on tour, I don't see him dropping still.
It's true.
If he can't go on tour, I do not see him
I feel
dropping.
like if it was coming, he might delay it still.
Yeah. Kendrick definitely. Yeah.
But you know what? Now we've spoken about future coming or up and coming music. Did you guys see that rapper Glizzy, the other one who had a Twitter freestyle that went viral? Like he was there,
the one that got cancelled at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
The one that was White King, bro. Yoruba King.
Yoruba King.
For 1 hour, and then somebody wheeled up the tweets on 2012, and
Black people.
Is this he? Yeah.
Hey, hold tight the black Twitter detectives, bro.
Is this he?
Well, one thing we have to stop doing, and black people as a collective, is just accepting white mediocrity, or when they do something of our culture. Yeah, stop doing that. Stop it.
You're cheapening your own culture, bruv. You're cheapening your own culture. You're letting these people in, and then they're selling it back to you, bruv. And you're buying it.
Shameless. It shows a lack of self-worth. It's just you. Stop doing that.
But where's the line? Like, if they're good, do we still accept? Like, where's the line in that? Because like H, people say this a lot about H. This is the reason why I asked that. Before we get onto that quickly, but H can spit. Like,
I was going to talk about this. Nah, I think what them man are talking about is the Yoruba.
I know. I completely get what you're saying because I've said it as well.
I agree.
But I'm just saying, where's the line? Like, where do we say, okay, no, you can't go on like this? Like, what do we do? Like,
H is wavy, but I don't think
it's saying. Oh God.
Go on, Chris.
You're gonna go. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think it's a case of me saying, if you're white, you can't make hip hop or rap or anything like that. My problem is that when you look at everything else going on in the world, do you get me? Like, we have nothing, and then the one thing that we have is kind of being taken away from us. Like, I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but that when you look in comparison to everything else that's going on, that's when I'm kind of a bit like, it's just another thing. Do you know what I mean? If everything else was cool for black people were treated equally all the time and systematic racism wasn't an issue, then that wouldn't be such a problem for me. But because it is,
the thing is,
I'm looking differently.
I agree. We celebrate the novelty of a white rapper like more. So when they can be, like you said, they can be mediocre, but because it's a white guy that doesn't look like a rapper, we can celebrate it. I get that kind of, but
I personally feel like you were saying, we draw the line as like we can't just let average rappers blow. With H has been actually putting in work for a minute. I remember me and you spoke about him, Dan, when he was releasing freestyles on P110 or one of them up north channels. And like, this kid can spit. Like he's actually cold. And it's guys like him and Slow Tie. When you played me Tea and Biscuits, I was like, this is a hit. Like this kid has got something. If they're genuinely talented, then they still got to put in their work. Like I said, H was dropping freestyles for however long and whatever. He worked his way up and built a buzz.
H got 1 million followers bare quick though. And that's because of his skin tone.
No, he got 1 million followers quicker because once he started being pushed as a white mainstream rapper, that's when other white people started finding out. But in terms of music,
but my thing is that black rappers that are as talented as that are not going to get that push. Obviously, we know why, because
that's
the
music
market
industry. That's just the
market industry. That's why Eminem got so much applauded because it's like, wow, look, a white guy who's on that level. That's crazy. Like it.
And as sad as it is to say, bro, I could go on Grime Daily right now. I could pick out 10 kids on Grime Daily that can rap that have got videos with 20 views pick out how many white kids that you say, man, they're actually talented rappers, man. It's slim pickings, fam. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna get that many. There are there. I'm not gonna say it, but it's just the law of averages, fam. They're just not as many as there are of us that are rapping. So yeah, that's it, man.
But obviously, back to what you go on, Ranks.
But what we're also forgetting is the fact in these places of power, it's just all white people, so they're always gonna push their own. You get me?
Exactly.
So they put stock into their own. People that look like them, because they probably when they look at it, they hear stuff like Heady. They probably don't know what the hell is this brother saying. They don't even know what he said. All they know is he's the in guy. So that's all cool. But they don't understand him. But they understand H. So they're like, cool, let's go with H.
H is a bit family friendly as well, bro.
In our language, bro. How can they not?
To them,
he's not talking like they do on those songs. He's talking like we do on those songs. So how can they say they can understand him and not us?
Oh yeah, because at the end of the day, he still like looks like him, and when they get him in the boardrooms or whatever, there's someone that he's still relatable in that way.
H is exactly what rap music does for a lot of white people, fam. It gets them close to the hood, but not actually in the hood. And he looks like somebody that looks like me, and he's actually from around those areas, and he associates with some of those people, and you know what I mean? But I think, like I said, with Glizzy, getting back onto Glizzy now, like with him speaking Yoruba, obviously it comes from him having Nigerian friends and being around the culture and whatever. And obviously he wouldn't have wrote that by himself. His friend would have definitely had to coach man and and really, really explain to him, this is how you say it. And say it for him. Back and
bars.
But see, that's the type of thing I have a problem, because that's where it's the novelty aspect, where people are getting gassed. They're like, look, a white boy that speaks Yoruba, like, or saying, or not speaks, but you know what I'm saying? Gassed. That's where I'm a bit like, no, but it's black people getting gassed. Because they're like, this white guy, he's from, invite him to the cookout. It's like,
bro, if you saw the comments under his freestyle,
that's what needs to stop, bro. Invite to the cookout.
No, I'm saying
that. You like even inviting him to the cookout,
so much.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. His comments were after it was just bare, white king or Yoruba king. These are like, I'm saying, what's going on here?
It's always Yoruba as well. That's the thing that irritates me, man. It's always Yoruba, man. There's other cultures, man. Go attack them niggas, bro. It's always Yoruba all the time. Yoruba demons, man. I'm saying, leave us alone, cuz we're tired, man. I'm tired. What you saying? Enough is enough, man.
But you obviously coming off that, then his old tweets got exposed, and boy, they were.
With that, I'll be honest with you. They're bad, but I can genuinely say, like, that's a product, that's being a product of your environment. One, that was Twitter back then, and two, if you're around black youths and you're around them all the time and they're speaking like that, that's why man didn't get pulled up as a racist in 2012. You know what I mean? Because everybody just let it fly like that. It's not excusable, because he should definitely be pulled up on that, and he might say, those are not my views, and it was like, bro, you still said them things and whatever, and some of them you were going out on the length of jokes, bro. This is just this is like, whoa, come on, bro. Like, what's going on here? But yeah, man, I think it's hard to defend that, and really hard to see where he's going to go forward from this. But this is another thing as well. I think now that he's blown up, we can't support him because he hasn't actually reached the level where people will pick him up. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, like, if we don't want to see him, let me take that back. If people don't want to see him succeed after all of those tweets and whatever, then we just need to leave him alone, and that's that. Because realistically, like you said, if we carry on playing his music and there'll come a point when he's gonna get to this point and he's just gonna bust, and you'd be mad like, bro, we let somebody come in and feed off of us. Yeah, but we also got him to a point where he was noticeable.
This is what I was gonna say.
Is that a complete write-off though?
I'll be honest, man.
Sorry, I cut you, Rangi.
No, go on, sorry.
That's what I was gonna say. Backing up to your point, it's a blessing in disguise right now, in terms of we can see now stuff like this, and we can literally kite off in the border. As soon as the man was about to blow up, less than 24 hours, man was done. We were able to pull him up and see these kind of things. Whereas back day, that could have happened, and that stuff was marinated from time, and he could have been blown up into the scene, and we would have been none the wiser. We would have been supporting man. But now we can cut man off and clap man straight away.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, because I've said this all along, innit? I feel like we shouldn't like forget about people's potential to change. Listen, I'm not disputing what this guy says. I totally agree. We need to be reviewing who we let into our culture, what for, and how. 100%, yeah. But like, if we went through, maybe not all of our tweets, yeah, but if we went to all of us back 10 years ago, yeah, and asked for your opinions and stuff and things you thought, yeah, we was all moving mad, bro. We was all questionable, yeah. Every day, eventually you grow, innit? My thing is like, I'm not saying we should let this guy in. I'm not saying put this guy on, nothing like that, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, let's not forget about people's ability to change and grow. At the end of the day, that's the whole point of this movement, is that we're trying to get people to change the way they view things, change the way they see things. We can't get onto people all the time, innit? Like, I think there does have to be that leeway.
Getting onto what Dan was also asking as well, like, I don't really believe that man can just get done out right here, right now. Like, fair enough, but this is also the part when it's like, fam, if you really want it, you got to start going hard. He's got to start dropping freestyles every year. They got to be hard, because now people are looking at you funny in the light. So if you're really talented, you got to start showing that talent anywhere and everywhere.
What he needs to start doing is showing some real solidarity with the black community, and that's fun, like donating to certain things, supporting not Black Lives Matter, but black movements, and showing support for these things extra hard. I know it seems a bit gimmicky. I'm not saying do it for a week. I'm saying he needs to continually show that to show a change. Because just releasing a statement ain't going to say nothing. Because I know if Suarez releases a statement and says, I'm sorry for what I did in the past, I ain't going to give a shit. So I feel the same with my man. Like, I need to see that change. I don't care.
No, that's 100%.
I'm not going to act like I know too much about this topic, but in the sense that I listened to it and I was just be like, nah, it didn't hit, it didn't resonate with me. Not because of race or anything like that. I just personally didn't rate it. Now, the funny thing is that I saw what Twitter was saying, and for me, the funniest situation was I've never seen a come up and a come down as quick as I ever saw Torres leave from Liverpool to Chelsea. And for me, that was the funniest thing about that whole situation, because I was like, raw, people actually know this guy? And I was like, brother, I must just be out of the loop. But I don't know this guy.
That must have been his brethren that put that out there. Or so, not brethren, but someone who knew him. Because no one's going to go, you know what, let me search his 2013 tweets.
That's what Twitter is now, bro. That's what Twitter is now, bro.
Bro, you're saying people scrolled all the way down. I'm saying someone remembered it and said,
no. It's like, okay, it's easy to do it, fam. It's like, you see your name on Twitter, if you just type your name in and you type in black, it brings up every tweet that you've ever said about.
Oh, okay. I take it back then. I didn't know it was that easy. I'm not. I don't know about technology, bro.
Artist, bro, you've seen the pattern with rappers. Are you not gonna delete your? This happens every 3 months.
They're so young that they probably don't remember. Bro. They probably don't remember tweeting that.
You know what it is? It goes back to this is your PR and your management team should be protecting you. They should be like, Rob, we've seen this team. Listen,
Dwain. He dropped a freestyle in the car park with a NBA top. There's no PR and marketing.
There's no PR.
It's the man.
Hey, now, Tevin, you see when rappers were getting attacked, I was like, let me just, obviously I didn't say anything, let me just go through my...
Anyone with sense would have done that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Got you.
But not everyone
But this is another thing as well, like, he's going on to what ZZ Mills showing as well, which is going to be even more attention to him.
How do you feel about that from ZZ Mills' point of view?
I mean, I heard that she
craves controversy. I mean, I get it, fair enough. Bring man onto your platform and whatever, but it's just like, fam, there are more people who are out here grinding and whatever that would appreciate more of that shine. But you're just bringing my man on because he got cancelled.
Yeah, I was reading because I was actually reading on the socials with that. And she was saying it's what people want to see. She was saying I had a black businesswoman on whenever last week or whatever, and that got like 30 comments or something. She said she posted a picture with my man and got hundreds of comments. And that's what she was saying. I don't know if I don't buy that. Because if you're really about the change and really about it, that wouldn't matter to you. You wouldn't be craving the attention. You'll be pushing all this stuff until it gets attention. But again, I'm not in that public eye. I don't know.
Nah, you know what, yeah. For me to move on from this, yeah, I need to see my man turn up on ZZ Mills and crack him. I need to see him cry. I'm sorry.
Man will become a meme so quick, bro.
I didn't see the Jordan tears, bro. That's why
he might blow off that, bro. The way the internet's set up, he might blow off.
I don't think he'll blow in the way he wants to, my guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't start off well.
I want to see him in a Dollywood film, bro.
Let's face it.
I think that would enrage Chris. I think Chris would break his TV, bro.
Yeah, what you say, Glizzy and John Boyega linking up to make the new thing, bro.
Oh my days.
For real, bruv.
Nah, seriously though, fuck that guy, innit? He can do his rap thing, leave the Euro thing alone.
Do you know what? I'm
Okay, yeah.
curious to see his interview with ZZ Mills. I'm curious.
Yeah, man.
As much as I just chatted rubbish about it.
And this is why she wins. This is why she wins.
I know, exactly. She knows what she's doing, which I don't knock her for it, innit? Like, she's got to make a living, innit? Like,
the crazy, 100%. But this is the crazy thing as well. Sorry, dude.
I said Zizi's very honest with her approach when it comes to media. She says that she wants these moments, she blah blah. So she said it. So I'm not surprised. And then countering that, she does bring people of different ilk, and she talks about different stuff as well. So hey, man, it's just that's her brand, isn't it? So you know.
Yeah, I definitely. He should know already. But this interview is going to be really make or break for his whole career.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing with Talisa when she came out. I was a young, feisty 22-year-old with that half-hearted, wishy-washy thing. Nah, bro.
My dad's from Congo.
Yeah, my dad was raised in Congo
legendary
since he was 16.
life.
That was, bro. So you're telling me your dad was a colonizer and he was raised.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. How can you say like a positive thing?
It is, bro.
Crazy, bro.
I mean, that is really make or break for his career. I hope he has to have answers because she's not. I hope she doesn't let him off easy. I hope she pressures him.
Yeah.
And if he withstands the pressure, then he can come out of this with something to hold. But if he doesn't, warrior, grand opening, grand closing.
That's a grand opening, grand closing, you know.
Yep, 100%.
Trust me, that's 15 minutes of fame for real, bro.
For real.
He might as well go out as a bag, bro. Is this camera on me? He want to go out a bag, you see?
Nah, but you know what?
I just say the most, bro.
Nah, trust. But in honesty, man, I think he can resurrect it. Even if it doesn't go well, if he goes out and just carries on putting out tune after tune and they slap, bro, there'll be a certain point people will forget, man. People will fickle, they'll forget, bro. If he just starts slapping tunes, yeah, people will let it slide still.
Get me? When the clubs open up again, I will be doing 2-2 second leg, innit? From the club to one Glizz tune, fam. Not me personally, people in general.
Nah, when he drops that Yoruba bars, you'll be dancing, fam. Don't worry.
You're moving mad. You're moving.
You're the only one that's gonna understand it. I'm gonna be like,
I said, oh God, Glizzy, take me with you.
Oh God, Glizzy. Oh God, Glizzy.
fair enough. I mean,
Alright then, people, thank you very much for clocking in. We hope you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you think, hey, these men are onto something here, they should probably continue. We're probably right. And if you're thinking, these men should have quit their day jobs, so what? We're the part-timers. Thank you very much.
I like that stuff.